Hello. Wait till I get my time in the middle so I can see how long I've taken. So I'm just gonna do a quick video. My partner in crime, she's way back up the road, so I thought I'm gonna do something kind of constructive. So we've got this. So this is the Back to the Future time machine. Let me stick that just there. So basically, what I've got here is I've got this. So this is it in its second, or the second film. So you've got the wheels are up. It's got the Mister Fusion. It's got the out of time, and I think it's like a barcode. So this is like the second film. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to convert it because I've had it the original with the big stick out the back. But what I'm going to do is convert it into this. So this is the third, the kind of cowboy, which is not really my favourite, but it's yeah, I think it still has the Mister Fusion in the back. So we'll be able to keep that. So we're going to put the wheels down. So the wheels have got a little mechanism here, and they snap into place. So that's it, like normal road configuration. So I've actually got the parts for this build in here. So if I open this up, you can see that I've got all the kind of spare parts that I need to kind of do it. So I'm going to do it on camera. So here we go. I've got all my spare parts here. I've got the little. I think we need to add a couple of elements to this. We've got the wheels. I've actually got the parts for the hook as well. The hooker here. You know, you put that in there, and that sits in, I think, up here. I think, is it just there? And you've got the hook part. But I'm going to convert it to the third film because I don't think I've done that yet. So there's a little bit of rebuilding required. So I'm just flicking through the various versions. I was actually thinking, because I think you've got to not sabotage, but you've got to really sort of take a couple of parts and remove them. I think because this back part here, you know, the Mister Fusion is in situ, we don't need to touch this. Actually, this is like, you know, this is already in place, if you know what I mean. So I need to square that up a little. Flux capacitor, fluxing. So hopefully everybody's cool. As I say, I'm not building today. I was actually working last night. I'm quite tired, if I'm going to be brutally honest. So I'm just going to... Do you know what is that? Yeah, it is. Oh, that's on that side, right. I'm just looking at the build and I'm kind of getting different parts. So here we go. Let's get to the... Yeah, here it is. So this is the build we need to do. So we've got the Mister Fusion is already in place, so we don't need to touch that. Oh, if I get this further away, that's probably better. There we go. So that's already in place. Right, now we've already kind of built some of this up, so we need to... I think we've got these straps that have already been built, and I think they just basically bolt on here. So I think they go like this. They go there. Oh, sugar. Breaking it. Lego's one of those things, sometimes you just get into a rut. So there's the straps on. I think I'll get them off because I don't know if it sits. Maybe it would actually sit in. Right, that's them in. Right, I need to look at this part because there's going to be elements in here that I need to build up. I probably could just get away with it. So I'm seeing different parts here. That's the old reactor. I'm just kind of looking. There's an extra hose there that I think I might need. Yeah, I'm looking at this. What have I got here? Right, that's going there, right? So this hook part, I think, goes down here. I think this hook element goes on like that. But yeah, I was actually thinking of getting all these parts in situ and kind of having it all built up, sort of thing. Yeah, that cup's already... Sugar, I've just broke it actually. That cup's already in place, so I can get that back on. I think we've got this hose element. Well, that's already in. So that's already in. Interesting. Right, this is going to bolt on here, but we need to adjust the hood. So we need to take the hood kind of, or not so much off. I can't remember if we actually take it off or whether we just rebuild it, because there's a little part that we need to actually turn around. I think if I remember rightly, I think if you build, yeah, so I need to re-engineer the hood. So I think we take the side plates off. So these little side elements come off the hood. And then I believe it's just a simple case of taking this. I think you turn these bricks round. And these bricks just simply, you just turn them around and face them out. Put that back on. And then I believe you just rebolt everything back on, sort of thing. And I'm sure that's the hood done. Yeah. So basically, all you've really done is remove a couple of parts. Remove a couple of parts. Your base... Well, I've just lost one of my... It's the little blocks in the bottom that... Yeah, when you turn the wheels up, it keeps it... It's almost like hovering. So there we go. We've got these bricks here. So you just take the two side panels off, pop that off, turn the bricks round, pop it back on, side panels on, job done. And it gives you a little location. So this basically goes on like so, with the hook element up. Do you know, I feel as if there's something else missing in this, but I don't know whether you need to take stuff off of this one to put it into the first mode. The plan is that I'm going to basically do this periodic. That goes like that. Right, there we go. Periodically just change this so that's a different version. But I'm sure everything is the way it is. Yeah. So basically, that's what we've got. We've got the kind of weird wooden strap configuration that Doc Brown came up with. So I think the next agenda is the tyres. Yep, tyres. So I've got the tyres here, and I've got them kind of like pre-made up with that sort of red element. So they're all in. Man, it's a case of bolting them on, but if I remember, let's just take this tyre off. And let's see what we need to do to... I think, do we just take the tyre off? Yeah, I think we just do that. So there you can see the old DeLorean type wheels. Quite nice, actually. and then I think it's just a case of bolting these in. So what the plan was, and I may still do this, just it's not really financial. Well, kind of is a little bit of a financial thing. Is getting these rubber tires. I think these rubber tires can be kind of expensive, and just having this set up and having that set up, so they really are just hot swappable. I don't need to do this, but in a way, it's actually is that loose? Is that loosey goosey in there? Oh, do you know what it is? I think maybe the rubber band. I'm just gonna investigate. Oh, that's it now. I think the rubber band was a little bit skew with. Making it like really hot swappable. But I think this is actually quite nice because it kind of gets you. It kind of gets you in touch with the model. Gets you hands on. It gets you involved. It's like kind of building it again. It's nice. I think I'd rather just keep it with the parts I've got. So there we go. There's two on. Let's get them back in. Do you know what? I should probably really just lift it. In fact, do you know what? Let's just get all the tyres off. Do them all in a one. It's probably going to be easier. So it's just a Technic piece that holds it in, and because you've got little bricks underneath, it keeps it elevated anyway. So it's quite a good technique. So I think this conversion is going to be pretty quick actually. I don't know why I'm putting the tyre in. I need the tyre. So these, well, I've just, I don't know. I broke it. So these are kind of weird, like, weird hubcaps they had in the film. For me, the first one, the second one are the classic looking time machines or DeLoreans. This one, it's not my favourite, but I want to rock it a little bit. I want to keep it. So that's all. That's the tyres done. So let's get them bolted on, and they simply just go in. There's a little Technic element, and it goes in here. So everything's hot swappable. It's maybe not a wise idea. Never trust a Lego kit unless you've got a surefire way of holding it. So there we go, and they just simply slot in, and there we go. There's the hubcaps on. Pretty cool. So I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. There's nothing else I need. That's a pretty easy conversion actually. I think now is the plate. I imagine that the plate would be the last film, so I think it's going to be the barcoded Californian, the California license plate, as you can see there, which is the digital plate, and that's it. That's it converted into the Wild West Back to the Future 3 kit. Pretty easy. I think going back to the first element, I think you've got to redo this back housing plate. Take off the Mr. Fusion, and you've got this part here. You've got this reactor type thing. Oh, I keep going to that side. I'm not used to going to that side. So that basically bolts in the back here where the Mr. Fusion is. That goes in there, but it's a different housing bracket, I think. And I do believe that some of these parts here go in the back here, I think. But that was actually quite a quick build. And as I say, I keep them in a little Lego pencil case. I might actually get like a proper... Like I might get some proper boxes that I can put that stuff in and just keep it all together. I don't mind it in this. I think it's quite quirky. But I might actually use that as a pencil case, perhaps. But that is it done. Oh, now it also says. Hmm. Ah, right. So I'm looking at it. So I wonder if you can store those. It's actually got these stored in different places. I think they've got them up here. If it doesn't use the drive system, I just keep these down here because it gives it the hover mode. So even in this configuration, you can have it. I don't think it would be hovering actually in this configuration, but those little clear blocks just here, I usually just keep them in there. It kind of gives a little bit more support to the tyres. So that's just a little quick video of the conversion. So here's your plutonium. I love this little plutonium thing in the front. I think it does actually come out. I think I've actually broke. Oh, jeez. How is it you end up wrecking wrecking things? So yeah, you get a little plutonium case in this build, which is pretty cool. You open it up, you've got the little plutonium, and that basically sits in the front of the DeLorean. And then you've got the rather nice hoverboard as well, which is pretty cool, and that just sits in here. And that's us. That is my DeLorean time machine converted into the Back to the Future 3. Still has the Mr. Fusion. I've actually put an extra. Well, you can't really see it, but there's the bananas in there, and there's also a bone. I put a bone in there just for the sake of putting a bone in. And the cool thing with this kit is the flux capacitor, as you can probably see. Yeah, these doors don't really hold open, but if I go in there, you can actually see there's a little button here, and that lights up the flux capacitor. Really awesome build this. I think this is still available, but I think it's getting hard to find, so if you want to get this kit, I would get it pretty soon, because I think it is going to go out of stock or retired, and it's such a good build. I mean, not just the fact if you're a fan of Back to the Future. I know somebody that's actually bought basically another two kits of this, and they've actually made it like they've made 1, 2, and 3, so they've got 3 kits. I mean, it's not something that I would really do. I quite like just doing this and changing it all and getting into its different configurations. I'll probably do that periodically through the course of time. Yeah, but these gold doors open. I've absolutely. What have I done? I have really broke this. This is right. That goes. What have I actually done here? I've really broke this. Right, that goes there. Where does this go? Does that go up in here? I really don't know what I've done. I broke a piece. Oh no, that goes at that. Sorry. Yeah, that goes in there. Oh, that's it. That's strapped in. Right. I broke the door. So these gold doors, you can actually jam something in here to keep the gold door open. Somebody's come up with that. But a really nice Lego build actually. I mean, I think it also it really does capture the shape of the DeLorean. They've actually done a really good job in this one. But that's that little video done. I don't know. I don't know. I really should clean my Concorde. Probably needs a clean. But but I don't know what else I'm going to do. So, if you're new to the channel, I'm actually just in the process of building this bad boy here. So this is the Lego Titanic, and this is built the bow section, the front. So this is like the next compartment, and then there's going to be another compartment here, pretty much the same as this, but it's going to be here joined together, and it's probably going to have some detailing of the decks. So we're just about to build up the chimney and the top deck structure up here. So that's what we're building. We're not going to be building that, probably it'll be maybe Wednesday before we tackle this. But that's a really good build so far. I'm really enjoying it. But anyway, that is going to complete the Back to the Future rejigged Part 3 version, and I'll go and stick that in my room and display it. That was 21 minutes, not a bad little video. As I say, the conversion from the second film to this is pretty much very basic. I think it's just putting this on and changing the wheels. It's pretty simple. To go back to the first, you do really have to take off this whole thing here comes off, this plate comes off, and it kind of changes it a lot because the Mr. Fusion disappears. And then you get the pole at the back, which you don't really need on. That's only for the later part of the film, but you know, that's the kind of first part of the film. So, but it's a really nice build. And as I say, it's getting hard to find now, so it's probably could become a retired kit fairly soon. So if you want to grab this, I would grab it. It's absolutely phenomenal. But anyway, folks, take care. And I will catch you next. In fact, you know, I might even do another video. I'm either going to play my golf or clean my Concorde. I don't know. Who knows? How long is a bit of string, really? As they say. But anyway, folks, take care. And I will catch up with you at some point soon. As I say, my admin is... she's got a little holiday at the moment. She'll not be back till later. But yeah, I really do like this build. It certainly is worthwhile getting. Even if you're not a fan of the Back to the Future films, it's just a very nice build, very solid as well, and just a great nod to the Back to the Future films. Anyway, to the whoops. The finger of death is coming in.